We are out at one of our houses here on Charleston Harbor. It's just about completed. The owner's getting ready to move in the next week or two, and we're powering up the house, got the energy on, and we are this week getting ready to fire up this Tesla roof that you see in the background. So I just want to tell you a little bit about the Tesla roof and what it does, why we installed it on this house, and just share a little bit about it. We worked very closely with Boss Energy here locally to get this installed on the house. The Tesla roof is the entire roof. That's one of the neat things about the Tesla roof, is that the whole thing is one big roof system. Parts of it are solar panels and parts of it are just the regular roof material. So in the shop behind me, you actually have some active solar panels that are built into the roof, and you have a whole bunch that are actually just passive roof panels that, you know, serve to keep the water out of the house. So you really can't tell which are which, but they're all designed to react basically on the sun angle. So obviously western and southern facing roof lines are where you typically put the solar panels, and on the northern and eastern sides you don't use them as much. But there's also a calculation that comes into play in terms of how much solar do we really want on the house. So with this project, we took a bit of a hybrid approach. If you really wanted to, you could have a net zero house with a Tesla roof. You could have battery backup that would store the energy, and you could literally run the house off the grid. This house, we decided to do a hybrid. We do have battery backup. It really acts like a generator in case the power goes out to the house, and then batteries will kick in and run the house for a certain period of time. And the rest of the time, we're generating enough power to sell back to the grid during the day. And then at night, we use the power, of course, coming in from the street. So it's a little bit of a hybrid version that you can do here, and it's all based on how much you want to spend, how much solar you really want to do. And it's kind of fun to figure out. And we will know in about a week how well the calculations really came out. So they'll be turning it on hopefully maybe Thursday, Friday this week. So in a few days, and within a day like today where it's beautiful sunshine out, we should see a tremendous amount of power being generated. And we'll see what happens on the cloudy days as well. So I wanted to take a moment to show you the Tesla batteries that we have in this house. Based on the calculations we have for the house, these three are designed to act like a generator for the home. So if the power were to go out, the batteries will kick in and they will run roughly half the house. So one of the electric panels in the house. It'll run some HVAC systems, it'll run all the refrigeration in the house, some lightings throughout the house. So they can last for 2, 3, 4 days if there was no power. Let's say we have a hurricane here in Charleston, we lose power for 3 or 4 days. If it ends up that it's raining afterwards, which is very uncommon, it's usually sunny after a hurricane, but if it were raining, they might have to dial their HVAC systems up a little bit so they're not running so hard. Maybe they don't turn on as much lighting. And what they're going to be doing is monitoring this battery control. It's almost like living on a boat. You know, at that point in time, you're working like you are in a boat, managing your power, which most of us don't have to do on a regular basis. We just sort of assume the power's coming into the house. We have plenty of it. We can run whatever we want and just get an electric bill at the end of the day. But when you're running off of batteries, you do have to monitor it a little bit. So if it's bright and sunny out, no problem. The batteries will charge right up. But if we have a rainy day or 2 or 3 in a row when we have no power to the house, they will have to be careful and monitor that they're not depleting the batteries too quickly. So the way they monitor these batteries, there will be, like everything else today, there's apps to control just about anything. So of course Tesla has apps that you can use to monitor what's going on in the house. There also is inverter panels that, you know, we could look at and see how these are doing. But for the most part, everything will happen off an iPhone app. So this house also has Tesla chargers that we are going to use, of course, to charge up their cars. And a neat thing about having the entire Tesla system is that we're really being truly efficient with how we're charging the cars up. If we didn't have solar, if we didn't have these batteries here in the garage, then somebody who has a Tesla and has the chargers, of course you're using a battery-operated car, which is great. You don't use gasoline or diesel when you're operating the car, but that power is coming from somewhere. It's most likely coming off the grid from a coal-powered plant, a nuclear-powered plant, or some other oil-based, petroleum-based power source. Whereas in this house, the solar panels charge the batteries. The batteries are used then to operate part of the house, including charging up the Tesla. So in a sense, you can now run your car for free completely off of the sun.
Thank you for watching. For more videos on building science, please subscribe to our channel.